questions that I've been receiving a lot, especially in regards to marriages. What or who is God's will for me in marriage? And that is the question I want us to answer today. Welcome, everyone. This is Truth on Air Podcast. I am your privileged host, Matu Jane. Now, let's look at it. What or who is God's will for your life? Because one thing I normally ask people is, if God's will is a person, what about if that person is not truly ready to do God's will? To marry you because they are God's will for you. Does it mean that at the end of the day, God will watch you die single, yet He knows that you are to produce children and or offspring that are going to be mighty in the land and turn their generation upside down for His kingdom? Is God that biased? Not really. So, that is number one, to mean that God's will for you in marriage is not a particular person. It's not. Don't come and tell me that if this person doesn't marry me, then it means I'm doomed forever. I'm going to die single. No, it's not going to happen. God forbid. You're not going to die single. Because God's will for your life is a place, is a posture, is you see, when I say a posture, now look at it. For example, here is a rich man that has a lot of heirs, those that are to inherit the wealth, and all of them wants to take over from him and be the CEO of the company. All of them are qualified, right? Everyone has this man's DNA. They are called after him. They are his biological children. I'm not talking of adopted. I'm talking of biological children. Now, how will this father set aside and know that this is the person that is going to sit on my throne and not this other one? It means there is a process. There is a posture. There is what that rich man will have to look at. There are some characteristics, there are some postures that this person will look at to know who is fit to be the heir of the company. The other one may receive the inheritance, may get some assets from maybe the company and the family and all that. But the real heir, the one that is to inherit the business and keep it running for generations, the one that the father can entrust, is someone that is standing on a certain posture. You understand? That is how marriage normally is. God's will for your life is not a specific person. It's a posture that you take. If you are genuinely, I'm not saying about Christian religion. We are not talking of religion here. We are talking of Christendom. Those that are called according to His name. Those that live in the fear and obedience of God. The true children of God. All of you may be children of God, but we have a certain posture that God will be like, okay, if you are to get married by this person, or you are to marry this person, this is where all of you need to be. For example, here is Mary, the mother of Jesus. Everyone knew about the prophecies that for you to qualify to birth the Messiah, you needed to be a virgin. You understand? A lot of them were virgins. It doesn't mean that it is just Mary that was a virgin. No. A lot of them were virgins. But why was it just Mary? Because of the posture she had. Number one, the background Joseph came from automatically made him qualified for it, because the prophecy had already said that he would come from the lineage of David. That was a posture. If she was betrothed to another man, that position, despite her being a virgin, would not have been hers. You see, if for Moses, for example, that moment when Pharaoh, when he was still young, Pharaoh was busy killing the young ones. If the parents had not hidden him, and him be found by the water, by that Pharaoh's daughter, he would have died like any other person. Purpose would not have been fulfilled. There is a posture that his parents took, which was hiding him for months. Then, with faith in them, They went and put him in a basket and dropped him by the river, and even instructed the sister, please follow your brother, let's see where he goes. You understand? It's always about a posture. If you want God to give you a life partner, there is a posture that you need to take. You want to get married to a pastor or a minister of God, there is a posture to take. The battlefield is crazy out there. I'm not talking of physical battle. We cannot see what is happening physically, but a real battle happens spiritually. So until you are in a position and you have taken a posture that is fit to come and, be partners with this other child of God, then at the end of the day, you are not fit to marry that person. God will not. Can you give out your child to someone that you know is not competent enough to take care of them? Definitely not. That is how God is also jealous. He will never give his best to someone that is not ready. So if you want to get married, take a posture that is in alignment with God's will for your life. At times, the posture is your purpose. Know your purpose, why God has created you. Other times is your kind of character, your kind of personality, your attitude, a lot of things. We have what we call the consecrations. Every person has their own consecration that God has given them. Please adhere to the consecrations that God has given you, and at the right time, God will really direct his own to meet you at that point. May God help us all in Jesus' name. Thank you so much, family, for being part of Truth on Air podcast. And I am your privileged host, Matu Jane. Till I come here next time. Shalom.